do we want to do a quick little interlude into this for the
Absolutely.
viewers?
Absolutely.
The viewers.
Viewers.
All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna let you take leave on this since this is another one that you wanted to get on. So, so do the honors, my friend.
Thank you. Listen, we've been talking about South Park, Family Guy, Rick and Morty, all of the things. And since we're coming up on the brink of the new year, I recommended to Anthony, I said, hey, let's do this Family Guy episode, especially because it's the episode that actually drew me in to say, okay, I'm a fan. And I think it's important for us to acknowledge, hey, why are we a fan of certain things? This is the one for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do it. And you ready?
Yeah, man. Ready. So we are doing Family Guy, the Y2K episode, which is Da Boom. So this is gonna be fun.
Give me the countdown.
So if you want to do the, all right. 3, 2, 1, go. Lucky there's a Family Guy.
What a great intro, by the way.
Classic.
Okay,
And it's still
wait.
like the original, you know?
This is season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Biscuit!
Yes, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Hey.
Hey! Here, and here it is. Here it is. You son.
Son of a. Ah! Yeah, so we referenced this one in our Family Guy episode, so cool.
Yeah. Perfect. Bye. What the? Oh no. Next. Helicopter. Ooh, is that gonna give them enough time? Chicken.
Give me a bad coupon.
Dude, the fact that they fell so fast.
I was just gonna say.
And then the eye opens. Y2K.
Okay. What are you selling? Chicken?
Damn long ears stealing Easter from Jesus.
No!
Silly rabbit.
Damn long ass feet.
Party over here.
And you won't know which one is which.
So bite me. Trying to nail the flautist.
Right? Yes, yes.
Oh well, one of us is gonna have to change.
Yeah. Oh crap.
Unzip me.
Unzip me.
Dude, my favorite spot.
Yes. That was always your favorite spot.
It's the reason why I lured into Family Guy. I was like, that was
That did it for you.
a De Lewis.
Okay, Lewis. No, why? That's just silent. This is it.
Dude, when the planes start tanking, a flautist, Peter.
Nerd. Oh well.
Oh, come here, come here, Hillary.
Come here, Hillary.
Oh yeah, come here, Hillary. What I miss?
What I missed. Anybody else feel that? Hey,
He
sure things
just
go.
was. Dude, this is where Quagmire is attached to Cleveland.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Dude, this is just classic early Family Guy stuff.
Season 2. Shh.
I said I can do it. I'm telling. Hey, hey, hey!
Hey, hey, not for you.
No,
No.
you've had yours.
You've had yours.
I'm still hungry. Uh,
Everyone leave, I have to poop now.
now. Wait a minute.
Trisha.
What?
Chopsticks. Oh my god.
They're eating Trisha Takanawa. They're just gonna be hungry in an hour.
Yeah.
Lois, it'll just be another mouthful.
I know. Oh, there you are, Aunt.
Aw, man.
Dude, your son looks
Palazzo.
perfect.
Wonder Woman. Not as much of the baton. Like it was different enough, you know. Yes.
Say it. Say it.
Bring it on.
Yeah! That's the one.
Now that is the one. Uh-oh. Check
I,
it.
I did Lois.
Did those?
She's gonna take a bite out the apple.
Yeah.
One
She takes
bite,
another bite.
two bite, takes
2
another
bites.
bite.
3 bites. Except for Randy Newman.
Here we go.
Dog. Come on over.
Come on.
Lady, take a bite.
Nope,
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 nope.
nope.
Takes a bite. Choose it once.
Yeah.
Stops. Longhorn working Wendy. That old husband walking over. Foot, left foot, right foot.
Shut up.
Oh, classic. Twinkies. Here we go.
Tentacles.
Spoiler. It's about damn time. Do you think you can? Do you think you can honestly live the rest of your life on Twinkies?
No.
No, I'd eventually get tired of them. What the deuce? Oh, 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 oh!
Oh, oh. Shut up.
Shut up!
Shit in it.
Oh wait. All right.
All right.
All right. Mayor this. No.
Absolutely not.
Go. It's such a it's such a bitch. Uh Never. Hell yeah. I don't know what these women are always talking about. Recycling. Don't, don't man.
No, don't be stupid.
Retro.
Oh no.
And Cookie Puss.
Dude, that was solid.
Indeed.
Perfect end of year episode.
Good morning.
Well, I feel like we watched that and you were like 100% Doom.
Oh yeah. Wait. What's Family Guy?
Hmm.
And stare at the camera. 3, 2, 1. And blackout. Perfect.
Good?
Great, great episode. But yeah, man, that was an awesome episode. And like you just said, it sums up the rest of the year like a good. I mean, Y2K, New Year ending. So kudos to you, brother. Awesome episode.
What's up, everybody? Anthony Irvin here. I hope you enjoyed that last episode of 2022. Thank you all for the love and support over the season one of the One Set podcast this year. Really appreciate it. It's been a fun year doing this with my best friend, and we look forward to the season two premiere. And I hope you guys will be tuning in with us. We have some fun things planned for next season, and we will see you then. With that, enjoy some best of clips from the season one of One Set. Thank you all for the continued support. We will see you in season two.
What's going on, everybody? Jim here. Just wanted to thank all of you that have tuned in, even if it's just for the shorts. Anthony and I have been so passionate about sharing our lives with you. Actually, like, that's what we do on the podcast, is we just come together and say, hey, what do we want to talk about? Let's share with the community, with the world, what we love. And I couldn't do any of this without him. And he, being my best friend for 25 plus years now, I wish all of you that level of friendship that I have with him, and that sense of family. I wish everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate, Happy Holidays. And we are entering another new year, and Anthony and I are excited to transcend this journey with you. All right?
What's up, everybody? How you doing? My name is Anthony Irvin, aka Magic, and I'm here with my co-host Jim Green, aka Green Magic. How are you doing, buddy?
Scream Monster, but that's okay. We all knew
Green
what you were
Monster.
talking about.
Ah, damn it. Let's do the intro again. Hold on.
No.
Because I know I fucked that up.
Oh, so you. Oh, okay.
We're just gonna keep going, and we're just gonna restart.
You're just gonna gut this to the beginning. You're gonna edit it out. Okay.
Yep.
You just said I fucked that up, and I was like, okay, this is coming out.
So Magic and Green Monster. Did I say Green Magic?
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
That's fine. It's fine. They both start with an M. I get it.
Behind the scenes, we'll do a lot of whoopsies.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, here we go. All right, man, let's do this. Episode 1. Everybody, welcome to One Set. My name is Anthony Irvin. This is my co-host, Jim Green.
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
This has been a year in the making, I'd say. And this is something that we've been, kind of planning out in the background.
I'd say it's really been 23 years in the making. I mean, that's
true.
I mean, podcasts weren't a thing 23 years ago, obviously, but I mean, when we were sitting next to each other in 6th grade math, why would you write out 1 times 1 and then not give the answer? Like, if he's a math teacher, he would want you to practice.
Yeah.
It was more of the annoyance of like, okay, this is going to take time, and then that was like your timeout for talking when you shouldn't have talked. And he said 1 set, Green and Irvin, and I feel like that was the start of when you and I became friends.
It was Green and Magic, because he had nicknames for people.
Oh,
okay. He remembered, because I remember. I mean, he knew I played basketball, and
Magic Johnson.
So
that's right.
he
I
said Magic
forgot
Johnson
about that part.
because of my name, and he knew you were a dancer, and he called you Green Monster.
That's right.
And so that's what sparked the name of this podcast. We were talking earlier last week about uploading more pictures and stuff, and you mentioned about a picture. I found it.
Oh, here we go.
So here it is. Is it gonna focus? There you go.
Oh my God.
This is our first picture.
6th grade. Look at those trolls.
Look how much hair I had.
What is that hat that I'm wearing? It's like a.
That was your fedora moments.
Yeah. Well, that's like a golf cap, though, right? I'm just wearing it backwards, like a.
Yeah,
like a troll.
And not a fedora. Yeah, it's it's like the golfer hats. Yeah. I forget the name of. I
don't know what they're called.
Totally forgot. I'm doing a blank, but yeah, the golfer hats. But I know it's not the name of what the hats are called. I think I'm not a high register person, but yeah.
I think that like the guitar lick coming in on the intro is very gentle, and then the first verse he's just very sincere and just straightforward. And then
sincere because he's sitting here.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
No, but
I had to do it to him.
I had to do it to him.
That I used.
Yeah.
But we were, dude, we were using that with dial-up internet. How long did it take to download a song?
Oh my God, it was the worst. And
Sometimes
I remember
sometimes it took 45 minutes and the quality was trash. Like,
yes.
these
Yeah.
kids don't know.
Again, like you said, it's the same thing with what I was just saying. Like, you would download it, you didn't get a preview of the download. You would read the description of what you were about to download, and then here's the thing: sometimes it wouldn't even be what you thought. You thought you'd be downloading Dane Cook's first comedy special, and it was something totally different, like a goat licking a phone pole or something.
Over it. You ain't got the time for this. Yeah, we had like a high speed rewind fast forward thing that like you could pop the VCR tape.
Yeah.
VHS cassette.
What's
cassette.
that?
I made a new contraction. It's cassette tape, but one word. Cassette.
A cassette. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I got a pretty cool watch. It's a Samsung Galaxy watch.
Nice.
Because I'm that guy that has never had an iPhone. I've been a Galaxy guy for over a decade now.
You've been on the other team.
I've been playing for the other side.
You've been playing for the side.
The other side. Hey everybody, my name's Jim. I have a new mic here.
The brand is called Hammer.
Hammer time.
Yeah, Hammer time. What's up, everybody? Here we are together, bringing you guys episode 10 of One Set. How you guys doing? My name is Anthony Irvin, aka Magic. I keep forgetting.
I did well with math, and then when we were getting ready to leave 8th grade and go to high school, they were like, we want to put you in higher level science because it couples well, essentially, like, or partners well with math. And I'm like, okay,
right.
And I did biology and chemistry, and I'm like, where's the math?
Yeah.
I literally ate for 2 years.
Yeah.
You were just talking about Ozark.
Yeah.
The new season 4. And you're like, dude, this is so good.
Yeah. And once I'm committed to something, like you
can't get off of it.
Can't get off it. My brother just texted me before tonight. He was saying he just started Ozark. I'm like, so good. Let me know when you're done. But like, I can't wait for part 2. Get it done now. But it's like, what you're trying to get into. It's like,
it's gentle, but then at times it's like super strong.
Yeah. You're riding the wave of the whole thing. So
because you're sitting there watching and you're like, okay, I'm relaxed, and then all of a sudden some guy happens.
Yeah.
Where we at? Nah, it's all good.
But I think that's why it's great that you do have these options. Like, I hate the like idea of like those who can't teach. Like, it's like, no, like that is such like a negative, pessimistic way to look at it. There are some people who absolutely can, who choose to teach because the passion in them is so strong that, like you said, they want to pass it on to the next generation. They want to see the next. I want to see someone not just be the next Matt Kelly of the Delaware County music scene, but take it further than I could have ever dreamed of taking it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
that's what I want to see. I don't need to be. I think it's funny that I've kind of relegated myself with podcasting a lot into the producer role, because it's like I don't need to be on the mic. I like being on the mic. I enjoy, obviously, we've been talking for an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yeah.
I have no problem talking into a microphone, even if it's 1 a.m. But I don't need to be. I'd rather, as long as I'm involved and I'm seeing someone create a product and I know that like I'm a piece of the team, then I'm happy. Like I just want to, the joke is just like, I'm just happy to be considered. Like I'm just happy to be here. Like that's usually what it comes down to. That's why I say yes to almost anybody who wants me to be on their show. Is like, hell yeah, let's talk. Let's do a podcast. It doesn't take a lot to put me in front of a microphone and get me talking.
Right. But my buddy was saying to me, he's like, it's not necessarily what you wear, how you talk, what you look like. He's like, they're all factors.
Yeah.
But if you're really dedicated to something, that's appealing. Right.
And I think it kind of shows to your personality too, because with having a passion for something, you're dedicated to that. You put your time and effort. You have responsibility towards it. You put, you're showing,
commitment
effort into something. There you go, commitment. So,
and that's what's appealing, right? Is like if you're committed to a thing for a long time, a life partner's going to say, okay, they don't just jump around from this to that to the other thing,
Right.
And if you dabble in various things and you aren't settled in, I'm not knocking you.
No.
Not even a little bit. But I think that what he claimed holds a lot of value, So being that you have been so committed to music and I've been so committed to dancing, it's cool to talk to people that have been in a specific world for a long time, just to hear how they got started and then like their process and their growth. It's just so interesting to hear those stories,
I love it. Yeah.
sometimes I'm doing this. I'm doing this like on my drive up. I feel, the brewing, and I'm like the brewing, yeah. And I'm like, please just dial it down. Please just dial it down.
Here's like the scene in Dumb and Dumber where
where
he's like, you hear the gargling.
Make a note, like WrestleMania spoilers if you haven't seen it, and like just don't listen to this until after description.
3, 2, 1. Spoiler alerts.
Yeah, spoilers are coming. And if you're mad at us because we told you the Usos beat Shinsuke and Rick Boogs,
we got 2 words for you.
So good.
One of the first times that we laughed as hard as we did at
I would
just
probably
something.
Say,
yeah. Because I mean, we were cool, like with like each other's different interests and stuff. But I think you and I definitely latched on, outside of the music and dance thing, definitely through comedy, man. Like just because we both, with our sense of humor, we'll laugh at anything pretty quick.
We're pretty good to get a laugh out of each other. So
100%, right?
And he had a conversation or a video about, saying that musicians need to stop thinking of, this road as like a competition and fighting with other musicians, and start, think of it as we all need to start banding together, because we're all trying to climb the same ladder. There's no reason for us to feel it's a competition, because the sooner we, try to band together and, help each other out, the more, and I think it had to do a little bit with how the music industry is like set up too. The fact that you have a lot of your tiers and everything, but like I think the majority of it is like the independent artist community that is keeping a lot of these things going because every artist was once an independent artist or a nobody
Yeah.
until they just got into the right hands or they got discovered. So and I totally agreed with them that it's um especially in my older self, I've had years of being a musician, and now it's to the point where I've gotten to I gotten over the fact of like being able to feel as like, oh, okay, well, I want to be better than this band, or I want to, sell out more tickets than this person or that person. It shouldn't be much of a competition because we should be able to have these other bands that we may feel that may have a better fan base, or we have a better fan base, and then helping these other people out to get on the same level, because you
Right.
never know, their fans might like us and then our fans might like them, and then we have crossover fans, and then that turns into a whole tour that these other bands can just tour together,
Yep.
so,
Yep.
and I think it just comes with maturity and experience with a lot of people too. I mean, I think when you're younger, you're always thinking, oh, okay, well, we want to be the biggest band, and we don't care who we have to, jump over hurdles and, this and that.
Right.
But from a musician standpoint, it's like, okay, either it's like what effects or what type of, like, because some things you just can't practice or learn those things. That just comes from your own character. And I'm sure that's the same way with dance. Like some things you just can't teach. It's some things that are just gifted inside you, and that's what brings out your personality of being a musician or a dancer. So I guess going off that, what do you feel like how people say like, there's certain things you can't teach. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, you're talking about specific like guitars and saying like, oh, well, you need this guitar in order to be producing certain sounds, and
Uh-huh.
I don't buy that at all. I
Mhm.
like, as a dancer, I don't, and honestly, it's, to me, um there's plenty of specific shoes that dancers wear, whether you're a jazz dancer, a lyrical dancer,
Right.
about like a ballerina, or
Mhm.
like there are specific kind of shoes that you wear for certain types of dancing. um and I think in this millennium now, it's, you're either in bare feet, or you're in socks, or you're in
Mm.
shoes like sneakers. And
Yeah.
it's very much like, um I, I never appreciated the sock thing, for a reason. I mean, I don't know if I can explain it, other than I just think like, if you're gonna wear something on your feet, like, wear a particular shoe. But at the same time, I'm not judging,
Yeah.
because when I was a freshman in high school, I started dancing in my bare feet, and
Mm.
like jazz, lyrical, ballet, even. I did
Yeah.
everything in my bare feet, built my calluses on my feet, so that I could, like, I don't like, and right now I love not wearing shoes or socks. I don't have anything on my feet right now, and my dance floor is right there, and I could go step on it and start getting to work.
It just comes naturally to you.
Yeah, I don't have to sit down and throw something on my feet and say, okay, I'm putting these on. I mean, I do that for work, like when I'm teaching.
Yeah.
Because if I'm teaching hip hop, I'm wearing sneakers. If I'm, teaching an acro class, I'm either in bare feet, or it just depends on my lineup, because if I, and it depends on the studio too. Some studios are okay with me teaching acro in my sneakers, because like I can still, you know, do what I do in an acro
Right.
lesson in my sneakers. So if I don't have to kick them off, I won't. Um, just for the sake of not taking my shoes and socks off, putting them back on, taking my shoes and socks
Yeah.
off, putting them back on. But like you were saying, some people think, oh, you need this specific kind of guitar. To me, I have seen so much diversity in movement and dancing where I've seen people move gracefully in sneakers and I've seen people move aggressively with nothing on their feet. So
Right.
to me, it's just like, get out there and, make your point.
Right.
The closest fast food joint was Wendy's.
It's literally right around the corner from you.
Yeah. And then when I was a senior in high school, we moved closer to Wendy's.
It's kind of like the Wawa. Like when me and Jen had our first apartment, we were like literally down the road from Wawa, and then we moved into the house. We're literally closer to a Wawa.
You
Like,
don't even need the hit of whoopsie traffic light.
I looked down and saw it and I was like,
uh-oh.
I looked at everyone and I was like, 1 second. Just 1 second.
1 second.
I literally dipped out of the room, like holding my nose like this in case if there was any residue on my upper lip or anything.
You Count
Luckily-
Dracula it out of there?
Yeah. Oh, I sure as shit did Count Dracula it out of there.
Yeah.
So
Live in. Like I
Maybe there's something in the settings because I know for my Fitbit through the app, in the settings you can resync it within the app. So maybe there's something
Okay.
in there you can probably check.
yeah, I mean, and
Do it now. Do it.
It's like that really made me think of that one commercial, like when I used to watch The Price is Right back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's like the, I don't know, man, and I don't know if they're married or not, but they clearly live together and they're talking about like life insurance. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'll call later on. And she's like, you call now. He's like, I'll call now.
I'll call now. To like the actual like nail part of it, and I cut it down one part to the point where it was just irritating. And I'm like, okay, I can't cut it down that far anymore.
Yeah. And then the whole catch-22 here is when you let them go too long, they can bend, and then that kills.
Yeah. And for
You've
me
had
playing,
that happen where like playing basketball or even
well,
like
playing guitar, if
and
my nails get too long, they get like not necessarily caught, but they feel weird on the strings.
you got nails like out the ear and you're playing your guitar.
There are like finger style dudes that they're like they have like the long fingers and they play the
They play with their
finger
nails?
style. They play with their nails. Yeah.
Oh my
like
God,
it's a thing, dude.
That's wild.
Yeah. But no, like it annoys me like hell if I have long nails. Like I will literally, if I need to before a gig, I will cut my nails so I don't have to feel that because it's like
Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck. That was
dude. Okay, like right before that last play where like Jordan does the stretch Armstrong thing and it's like
Stretch Armstrong. Yeah.
Right.
If we
right
had like a
before
3D thing going on, like
they're getting ready for that last play, and Daffy like throws on his football helmet, and his legs are just like.
It's gut check time.
It's gut check time.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
it. I love that part.
We brought in like a pretty good amount of money for the bar on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. So they're probably like, all right, we should try to get this guy in. There was a fly on my foot. I just freaked out. Sorry.
It was just funny because you just did like a dance move thing. You're like, and we brought a lot of money in. Like,
more training that they're doing, the more seasoned that they are, the more skill sets and the caliber is higher than 99% of the time than a recreational student that shows up to dance once a week.
Right.
It's like with anything, but I always use going to the gym as an example. Like someone that goes to the gym once a week and works out versus someone that goes to the gym 5 times a week, you're going to see the results on that person more so than that person. It's
100%.
100%. Hope that answered the question.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, we always get lost talking about our passions, don't we?
That's for sure. Let's real quick. Just don't let him bounce around in the back of your dad's car, because then your dad won't be having that. Remember when you went, we were like hype in the back seat, and your dad was like,
"All right, cut it out."
He didn't even say anything. He just went. And then you just looked at us.
Say anything.
Never. Literally, Tomlin from the Steelers, right?
Just sniff.
And then we were just back to like.
Yeah.
That. He was like, he's the worst wrestler ever. And I'm like, do you like him or Brock Lesnar better? And he's like, that's not a fair question. Sting forever. And I'm like, okay, well, do you like Sting or Triple H? And he's like, Mega's the word. And I'm like, that's not.
Okay, cut.
Okay.
It was big enough. I didn't need anything top of the line. Just something you can, throw a couple beers in there. You can throw your food, and so it's definitely gonna serve the purpose. And I think we're gonna, try to get out and do some surf fishing in the next couple weeks. So I'm stoked. I'll probably bring in, we'll have some food in there. We'll have some beers. It can on the side it says you can fit 137 cans in there. So I'm like, it's good enough.
I mean, if it's just you and your brother, probably. But if if me and your dad are involved,
challenge accepted. We haven't done a preview of a WWE event in a while, I think since WrestleMania. So this weekend, for anybody who is a wrestling fan, and we do talk a little wrestling on the podcast here, this week is money, or Money in the Bank.
Or here comes the money. Oh, here comes money.
Oh, here it comes.
And I like, as much as, sorry to cut you off, but as much as like when our team gets like a base, for instance, in baseball, if I think that the call was wrong, like I'll say it. And
I'll say it.
I have no quarrels, no qualms.
No qualms. 0 dimes.
Absolutely 0 dimes. I'll be like, oh no, that was definitely an out. And my people would be like, shut the
up. Cupcakes and like pretty basic desserts and stuff, cookies, anything chocolate. I'm on my knees, buddy. But can we talk about our mutual love for Uncrustables? Just give it. Goodness. Can we give it maybe 5 seconds of a moment of silence for Uncrustables? Okay.
That's it. Okay. So listen. Oh my goodness. The steak, and they're like, how would you like it cooked? Because like the guys come out and they're like, how would you like it? Because it's cooked a certain way on this side, or they turn it over and it's cooked a different way on that side. And then they just slither it off on your plate and they're like, here, you want this? And you're like, do I? You're like, can I have your number?
Can I have your number?
Please. Because I want to learn how to cook like you. Obviously, not for any other reasons. Come on. Dude.
And at that point, I didn't know my limit. I took it to the limit. And, we'll take the story down to full hands, but so the whole thing that we were talking about is the Cape May Ferry. I don't know about you, but I was hung over.
Yeah, man, you were bad.
And I was I was definitely bad. And I was trying to call my parents to be like, "How you doing? Like, so how's everything going?" Like, good.
Yeah,
trying to fake like I was like normal, but
you got home a couple days
years later, my mom's telling me, like, we knew you were hungover. Like how could you tell? Like, because you were like not really yourself.
Because your dad already said 3 strikes and Jim's out. And he already did.
That could have been the third one. But no, so we were on the ferry, and there's so many people on there, and we just see a couch, and we're like, let's go there. We're sitting down, and I decided to start laying down on the couch, and all I do is just see the sea horizon going like this, and I'm like, uh-oh. Like, this ain't good,
dude.
Worst ferry ride ever. One of those times, like, you go in and it stings, but then you get used to it really quick
immediately.
And I am a person that doesn't like cold pool water or beach water. And we said water. We're from Delco, people.
Water.
That's
where it's at.
You say water, we're gonna come beat you down.
He's kidding.
I'm kidding.
He's kidding.
I'm so scared.
When love is not fight us, right?
But no, that was our first legit summer vacation together, right?
Yeah.
So I did the same thing, kind of, that I did with Jen. Like,
trying to
I guess it's a trial run. That's a trial run. So you passed the test. You're good, buddy.
Yeah, I still feel bad to this day because I ordered a Philly cheesesteak. And it came in and I took a bite and I was like, this is nasty. There's so many onions. And then I could tell your dad was not happy that I didn't eat all of it. And
it's funny because he would totally be like swoopsie, you better eat that.
I felt so bad, but I was like, oh my God, the onions on this cheesesteak. And I tried.
Ant, where'd you find this kid? He doesn't even eat a cheesesteak.
My backyard with we had the swing set, we had a little playhouse when we were kids, we had a sandbox over here. The side yard, we had like a tire swing. Remember tire swings?
Yeah, that's a thing.
90s. Okay.
Do you think that? I mean, yeah, I guess they kind of ran out of their fame at this point. I don't see any tire swings around anymore.
I don't really see tire swings anymore.
You still kind of see the ropes hanging from a tree at the lakes and everything every once in a while. I think that's still a thing, but tire swings are like extinct.
Yeah, they're obsolete at this point.
Yeah,
it's a bummer. Except for if you've ever been on a tire swing and someone wants to do the underdog push where they run you through.
Yeah,
they lift you up. Definitely been on it once where the rope broke.
Yeah. I'm sure you're
just fell straight on my and oh God, that was not a fun day.
No,
I'll tell you that. I'm lucky I didn't break anything. Oh man.
The phrase that we're really zeroing in on here is professional development, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like you said, if you keep doing the same thing, you're not developing. And if you're going to plateau, people are going to get bored of you and you're just going to tank. Right?
Exactly.
So if you're not taking the steps to develop yourself through time, and I think that that's where, with me, I had a really good span of time where I was professionally developing myself as a dancer personally. And then once I saw the industry start to change over, I'm like, okay, well, I want to move more into choreography and trying to really produce, take concepts and ideas in my head and build visuals on that. So I did that. And I really fell into teaching first, I think, because I started teaching when I was 15. I mean, I started dancing when I was young, but when I was 7 or 8. But I think by the time I was 11, 12, and 13 years old, the teachers that were positioned in front of me to help raise me as a dancer, I was like, I was more interested in being them because I
Yeah.
loved the impact that I felt that they were bringing on to me. I was like, I think I want to do that, like the teaching. And, I wanted to run my own studio, which we've talked about. So I think the
Right.
choreographing thing came last because
I had I reposted something on TikTok about somebody talking about how oh, don't uh talk about record labels and saying that they're bad because they're not. And then this other guy was stitching about it saying, well, why don't we stop calling record labels or modern record labels? Because all they really are today are just loans.
they're
And
investors. Yeah.
they're investors. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, they've always kind of been that. But back 20 years ago, a label would invest in you just because they feel they believe in you. Where today, you will
Well,
have to be established already, you
and
know?
their brand name brought you clout.
Right.
Where now people can make it online without a record label, and now the record labels are like, oh God, these people are making it big. Eh,
Yeah, they already expect you to have that initial audience because they're not going to put out the tens and thousands of dollars to put out your record if they know you don't automatically have a following today. Where back then they would just go, again talking about the Metallica era. Those guys in Metallica and Poison and Guns N' Roses, they were all playing down the strip. Those record labels were going down all the Sunset Strip and just signing all those dudes and, just saying that, hey, we're going to throw some money at them. We're going to let them record an album because we feel these guys need to be heard. Where today, that happens very rarely, where a record label will see somebody and be like, hey, we need to sign them. Where it's more like, okay, well, what are your Facebook followers? What's your engagement like? How many times are you posting? How many times you like how many songs have you already posted and how did they do? They're not gonna risk money as much today as what they were like 20 years ago. But because like you just said, because you can for people like me, we can post stuff on the internet and we can put our music out there without a label today very easily. So
right.
yeah.
Like if you dropped a great music video on your first single on the album, people were just running
Yeah.
to the wall or for your entertainment,
Uh-huh.
FYE to get the
FYE,
CDs.
yeah.
It's in it's
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 like
it's
it's it.
error.
Bring it back now.
Error.
4 hops this time. Right foot 2 stomps. Left foot 2 stomps. Hands on the knees. Hands on the knees.
Oh,
Yeah, all that stuff.
What you know about that?
2 of the dogs were in her bed, and I was just
Mhm.
like,
Whoopsie.
and they're like, and I'm like, what the?
Whoopsie. It's like you got to make the money, but then it's like like I mean I love the job that I'm at too, but it's
Dude,
like
you have been there for as long as you've been
13
dating Jen,
years
basically.
roughly. Yeah, yeah.
You were basically like, yep, this is
My second relationship.
this
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 is my
is
side chick. Yeah, that.
yeah, yeah, 100%. You were like, this is a dream for you.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. There are times where like you are so super free and I'm like kind of not. And then there are days where I'm super free and you are like actually work
Like
is doing a
MIA.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the
Whoopsie.
Anthony? Why are you avoiding me right
Exactly.
now? I need you to be here and be my boy right now.
Right.
Right?
And I feel when I'm like having work, I'm like, man, people are gonna be so pissed that I'm working right now. But
And you're like, oh. I mean,
like, hey, Ann, can you do this back in the lab? Like, well, can you give me about 5 minutes, kind of end my conversation with my buddy here? Like,
what
over
is
here,
love? Baby, don't hurt
me.
me.
Don't
Don't hurt me
no
no
more.
more.
Yeah, I mean, dragonfly. I mean, yeah, if it's like right in my face, I'll like kind of swarm it away. But if I see it, like if we're fishing and I see, because usually sometimes like dragonflies, they'll like land on the tip of my rod. Oh, but
Yeah.
but then like I'll be like, okay, cool. Sometimes I'll try to dip it in the water and it'll fly off. But they don't really bite. And as long as they're not like coming up like and like trying to like get in my face, then I'm like, but then I'm fine.
And it's probably a good thing because I'm not a bug like rodent wildlife. Like I can appreciate the wildlife if I'm like if I
In the
I don't
zoo.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
watching the National Geographic channel. Yeah.
Yeah. This is nice. Just sitting on your couch, like, hey, what are you doing? Camping?
I have a tent pitched in my living room. Yeah.
It came out of the sink, you
No,
said?
I talked about the snake story on here. I know that it was like this long and it had a million legs on it. It was like yellow, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
never going in there again.
I
Absolutely
think
not.
I'm not sure if this is the same that I talked about. I was at my mom's house one time, and you know how like the sinks have that not like the hole that the water goes down, but like there's a little hole
Yeah, yeah,
more
yeah.
towards the top area.
That's the overflow, so that the sink doesn't overflow. Like that's the
Right.
yeah,
The
yeah,
second.
yeah.
So I'm washing my hands. All of a sudden, a spider comes out of that thing,
Mm.
and I'm like, no way, out of there. And it wasn't just
I
like a small. It was like a decently like large thing. It came out like, and I'm like, okay, bye.
yeah, God, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Um, I think the biggest like lanternflies, for instance, like I'm not afraid of them.
I
Like
don't mind them.
if they land on me, I'll freak out because it's like real sudden. It's like,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah, I'll freak out a little bit if
I'm
they
like,
land on like
yeah,
like the actual like adult ones, like the bigger ones, like the ones that have
yeah,
the spots. I don't mind them. I'll try to, but they're pretty quick when you try to step on them.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
like grasshoppers. You try to step on them, they'll move.
They'll move,
But
yeah,
like
and
the male ones, you can kind of get up on them really like close and flick them,
mhm.
but they just fly off. And I'm like, I just like stunned you, and you just flew off. Like,
You're like, okay, still living. I'm here for another day. I'm gonna go kill your trees now, right?
okay,
uh,
bye.
bye. Yeah, but like I don't know. September baseball. It's like you said, or like we were talking about, like with football. Those last few weeks are like people are trying to squeeze in to that postseason spot, and
Mm-hmm.
we're literally in like playoff mode for the rest of September, unless if
Yeah.
we just start the
Whoopsie.
bed like real
Yeah,
bad,
just really start going off the rails. Like, okay, well, we had a
and
fun
then
time. Let's just start going the other direction.
and then we're just done. Freaking Dick Wolf.
Dun dun. Dick Wolf. Yeah,
Dun
that.
dun. Yeah, that. Okay, good. Um,
Okay, good.
bueno. Yeah. Oh, look, 9-0. See.
He knew he had that in the power of his hands but do I blame them as a band for their stage presence? No, because that's just how they were.
Oh,
What do you think?
I mean, the whole band, but Fred being like the lead, right?
Mhm.
Um, he's a person of influence, right? Um,
Right.
he's a person that people, you know, I don't want to say worship, but like swore by him. So, if he's the thing is like he was there to entertain, he was there to do his job, right?
Right.
And not only did he do it, but he,
You know, the guy was telling me about the bands he was looking at. He's like, I really didn't know who they were. And so, but then they gave the okay, and the one security dude was saying, like, I really think they need to, kind of look at this list and see, these are very high energy dudes, and they just kind of shook it off, saying, like, whatever. But Korn blew the roof off that first night, and maybe we'll give him like a little preview right here of like the moment that like everything kind of just went like crazy. But when Jonathan was just like, are you ready? And then that wave of people, it was nuts.
yeah, he said there was nothing like it on the planet, right?
Yeah,
He was like, there's nothing that can touch
I can't
that.
imagine just walking out to a sea of people like that. That's got to just be like something out of like a fairy tale.
Like adrenaline isn't even like the word.
Yeah.
It's
No.
like such an understatement to say that like the adrenaline kicked in, right?
Right.
But yeah, wow. He like they showed he was like laying on the ground like singing, and the mosh pit was like
Yeah.
basically the whole crowd. Right? It was just
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, insane. And like to think that they like after the first night and the second night, like they had like a rave venue like
Yeah.
throughout the rest of the night.
And that's one thing I want to talk about too, but go ahead. I thought that was like, if you want people to calm down, why would you be telling them to rave the rest of the night?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they would facilitate for that. I thought that they did Tom Cruise's role like incredibly well. I know he had like complete say over how his character was written. Whoever the director was probably didn't stop him and suggest he do it differently. Like they were probably just like, if Tom's good with it, let's
Yeah, go
move on.
ahead, Tom.
Yeah. How about him, Tommy? Yeah.
How about him, Tommy? Way to go, boy.
Atta boy, Tommy.
you whoopsie. Right. The fact that let's just call like if we can call a spade here, Tom Cruise doesn't age one whoopsie bit.
I was literally just about to say, like,
dude's like a natural gifted freak.
Yeah, I mean, for 60 years old, he can pass for like 45 tops, right?
Tops. Oh yeah.
Top guns. Oh yeah. Tops.
Top guns. Oh.
Stupid. Okay.
Stupid. It's okay. I'm only like half part of her business. It's all good.
Okay, good.
No,
yeah.
Okay, good. Shout out to Bill Burr.
He's catching on to us. Yeah.
He's catching on to us, the only guy.
Like anybody could have got killed in that movie at any moment. I would have been like, all right. Okay, good. One down.
He's starting to not know what to talk about on his podcast. OnlyFans. Yeah.
OnlyFans. Yeah. Mama, no.
Mom, go, please. Mama, no.
Mama, no.
Mommy.
Mommy. All right, I will talk to you a little later, Ma.
All right, I gotta tell you, one step.
You mean one set?
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Love you, Ma.
Love you.
I love you guys. One step.
All right. Talk to
Love
you.
you
All
guys.
right, love you. Bye.
All right.
Gotta love her.
Well, this has been One Step with Anthony.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink. Dang. You know what I'm not going to miss? Getting out of the shower and then sweating.
Ugh. It's like you might as well just restart your day. Like, it's like, why did I even take a shower?
Yeah, seriously. Oh, got to get back in. Get out,
Right.
and you're like,
Whoopsie.
I'm sweating again.
Yeah. You sweat from having a hot shower. Like you're sweating from sweating.
Yeah. I mean,
But I hate the fact that when you're taking showers in the winter, because you try to take a warm shower and then you come out into the cold, you're like, I want to keep like being under this hot shower, but you know you can't do that because you're just gonna run out the water and it's eventually gonna get cold. You're like, you try to ride it out as long as they'll do. You're like, all right, see, here we go. I didn't really start having a beard until, well, if you call this a beard, but I didn't really grow more facial hair and keeping it going until maybe the last like 5 years or something.
You had some pretty sick sideburns in high school.
They were pretty sick.
I was pretty jealous of you.
They
about
went past my they went past my ear. They were pretty low. They were sitting pretty low, like a low rider.
No, you literally had like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, mutton chops, all the way down to the jawline.
There's no doubt that we have to acknowledge not Roman Reigns, but Bray Wyatt. His artistry and his creativity is something that I gravitate towards. They hired someone from Marvel as a long-term storytelling booking person to oversee all of the feuds. And by God, when I read that, I was like, this was probably the best thing, because Triple H was like, well, why does Marvel work? And I think back to his interview with BT Sport, and Triple H says, I'm not competing with AEW. I'm competing with everybody. I'm competing with everybody in the entertainment industry. It's not just another wrestling promotion.
Man, like it's in October, it's been Red October for us for Phillies and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The weather's starting to get cooler.
Eagles. Come on, undefeated still.
And but feel like there's something still missing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I never really got into Halloween spirit until like I knew like what I was dressing up as, or B, like even if I knew what it was, I still wasn't in the spirit until like I either A, went and got the costume, or B, like maybe built the costume and then tried it on, and I'd be like, oh, it's about to go down.
Oh
right?
yeah. Once you got the costume going, it was, on from there.
Yeah.
And usually, like you said, you know what your costume was prior to October. But I feel like this year I don't know what to be.
Yeah. Wait. I got an idea.
Huh?
Ooh, all right.
This is nice. Hey Lloyd.
Sup, Harry?
Welcome to
One Set. I gotta say, Reese's peanut butter cups are probably my absolute number one favorite.
I tear them up.
It's peanut butter and chocolate. Like
that's what I look for at first. I'll look for those little square, like the Reese's cups. Give them to me.
Mm-hmm. I think I like Snickers the best next because
I would have an almond joy before I have Snickers.
Okay, because coconut flavor.
Yeah, and I mean, Three Musketeers.
Yes,
they're good.
But I will say I'd probably go with a Milky Way before Three Musketeers.
I never got into Milky Way, and I think, like I said, I like caramel, but I think.
What do you think about Butterfingers?
Good.
Okay. I don't love them. There's
Butterfingers and Reese's are my top two.
Okay. Wow.
If I don't,
I mean, I think I could easily rattle off like what I do. I will say this: I didn't like almond joys as a kid because I just felt like nuts in my
You went there.
chocolate. Oh, bye. Okay.
Let it be known, Jim doesn't like nuts in his chocolate.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Dude. Okay. Cookies and cream Hershey bars.
The little like square ones you're talking about?
The little rectangular ones that you can just like snap.
Yeah.
Not Kit Kats, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Kit Kats,
But like the Hershey bars, but they're cookies and cream. I don't think I've tried them. I know that they exist, but I don't think I've always went with just pure milk chocolate or the dark chocolate.
I watched the Saw movies, which I'm
Saw movies were cool.
Yeah. They're not as much scary movies as they are like thriller movies because the people are like fighting for their lives so that they don't die.
Right. Yeah.
And it was one of those like it's so beyond gory that it's almost like fascinating to think how they did all of the traps and all and all of the games for them.
And like you said, you kind of had to watch the movie, and then at the end, there's always like a twist.
Yeah,
at the very end.
The end of that first movie was wild.
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah,
and yeah, I'm not even worried about a spoiler alert because the original Saw movie came out how many years ago? Yeah. The one guy that was laying there dead on the floor winds up being like the mastermind behind everything. Right?
Yeah,
it was just wild stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I got into Saw until maybe a couple movies into it, and then I had to watch them to kind of get caught up in everything. But when I like realized within that first ending, I was like, wow. Yeah, like
the second one was pretty good too. I like I don't super remember most of them, honestly, because it's
been, I remember bits.
I think I watched Saw, like the original Saw, I watched at home. But then I think I went and watched the sequel in the theater, and I think that was my first. Let me get through this real quick. Okay, I'm not going. I think it was one of my first scary movies that I saw in theater that I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. Right?
Yeah. I think when I first saw in the movies, I'm like, what am I doing here? Like
you were second guessing your life choices.
Yeah, I'm like, did I really pay for this? And I'm not trying to act like a whoopsie in this movie theater. But I think I worked out pretty well. I don't think I screamed too loud. But there's another. I mean,
I saw The Strangers. I saw that in the theater. That was
I think I saw that in the theaters too.
That was a scary
that first couple minutes of that, and then the ending.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting to, the ending, and especially like the outcome actually happens like in the morning when it's daylight out.
Yeah,
I was like, that is just such a weird thing to think about because all of these scary movies happen like
at night.
Most of the events occur when it's dark, and for the way that ended, and that was based on like true events.
I think so. Yeah.
But that's the thing about like houses that are out in the middle of nowhere and way far from other people. Like I get the privacy, but like you're gonna have a private death real fast.
Right, a private death. Yeah.
House of the Dragon planned to last 3 or 4 seasons as of 2 days ago.
Cool.
So I guess it really depends on how much they do in season 2, because if they don't cover a lot, then they're going to stretch it out into 4 seasons. But if they cover a lot, then it's kind of like, okay, well, we could probably wrap this up in the 3rd season and just get it over with.
Right. I'm excited to see the growth of how everything goes. And it looks like from the YouTube video we're watching, it looks like we're going to start getting, more houses involved now too. Like we're going to start seeing, some of the Starks and so the House of the Vale and everything. So that'll be cool to kind of see with, the houses that we are more recognized and more known for watching. And
I am like a fan of dragons in general. Like I have been since I was a kid. So um, I think that they did a pretty nice job. There were people complaining like, "Oh, it's House of the Dragon," and you had a few episodes in season 1 where they didn't show any dragons, and I was like, "Yeah," because like once you get to seasons 2 and 3, they're gonna be all over the place. Like they're
Yeah,
they're just slow burning, building up to that. Like they don't want to exhaust
right.
them all in season 1, and then it's like, what's there to be excited about now? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, how many episodes or seasons did it take us to get to like a big dragon battle in Game of Thrones? You know, so I think we got to dragons pretty quickly in House of Dragons. I mean, the title of it is House and Dragons. If you're not going to see a dragon within that first episode, what's the point of it being called House of Dragons?
What do you think about? Because like it was a little weird for me just because like in Game of Thrones, like when John and Daenerys and the Night King even, they had no saddles that they were sitting on. They were just like raw dogging sitting
Yes.
on the dragon's
Raw
backs.
dogging, yeah. I noticed that too because when the first time I saw Rihanna on the dragon, I'm like, oh, what's that thing she's sitting on? And I'm like, oh, they have saddles back then. Like okay, and like because they didn't have that in Game of Thrones. I'm like, oh, so like they just totally xed out the saddles at that point. They're like, we're just gonna, like you said, we're just gonna raw dog it now.
Well, I think it's important to consider, and this kind of just hit me. There were a plethora of dragons way back when, so they probably like had those saddles built for that. Like Daenerys in Game of
Yeah.
Thrones literally had the 3 dragon eggs that all hatched at the very end of season 1. So she just had these baby dragons, right? And then
Yeah.
they grew up, and it's not like she was like, "Oh, of course they need saddles because we always used to do that." Like she didn't know, right?
No.
I just like, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll just sit on
And like I
this.
said, nobody has seen a dragon at that point for a couple hundred years at that point.
Mhm.
So, I mean, and like you said, I don't think she had seen a dragon until she got those eggs. So, like you said, she didn't know, So it's interesting to see it that put into that perspective of like the saddles and everything. So, good point for that.
Yeah,
Looking at like the previews and the things prior to when the season started, like you're looking at these people and you're like, obviously new faces portraying, the Targaryens. And, within the original series, we didn't get much of the Targaryens, obviously, because, Daenerys was the only Targaryen, well, the second Targaryen, or third, if you really wanted to call it, Jon Snow. But you didn't really get to see a lot of Targaryen family honage in there because
I think I'm like really most looking forward to see if they have any White Walkers towards like the end of the series as kind of like this is the Song of Ice and Fire. This is like the dream that Aegon the Conqueror had, that Viserys was passing down to Rhaenyra, that like every ruler passed on to the next heir kind of thing. So I see. I do think that like we're gonna get that payoff at the end. It's kind of like hinting, oh yeah, they're a thing, and then they're not gonna pay too much attention to it because it wasn't really paid a lot of attention to until the events of Game of Thrones, right?
Right. I mean, we obviously know that they are out there, but like you said, I don't think they're going to put too much effort into paying attention to them since it's not the main focus in this series. But it'll be cool to kind of just, get a scene of like, something like that to be like, okay, we're at least acknowledging that they are, within this time, but they're not the main focus. So it'd be cool to kind of have something like that come about too. And
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that this, you know, I think the series is great. I mean,
Number 3, the argument between Stewie and Brian, where Brian owes Stewie money, and they get into that spiel. Like, where's my money, man? Like, yeah, I'll have it for you next Tuesday. Poof, and he cracks him over the head.
it is so over the top violent. It's great. And then he gets torched, and then he's like, all right, let's go to the bank. So,
how much you pay for that fake mustache? $2.99. You think that she is like gonna get over, but then it's just out of like, shut up, Meg. Like,
yeah, dude, there are instances where Peter will just walk over, grab her head, and then just like fart on her face. Dude, it's so good.
When he picks his nose and he's like, love you.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thanks, Ollie. I think the original just has to be obviously the best one because it comes out of nowhere.
Well,
like,
it jumps back and forth. Yeah.
And here's Ollie Williams with the Blackie weather forecast. How's it looking out there, Ollie? It's raining sideways. Where are you going to today, Ollie? Swimming pool.
Do you have an umbrella? Had one. Where is it? 3 miles up. Like, just the
3
back
miles up, going sideways. What kind of peanut did you want, Ollie? Chunky.
You didn't really wear skinny jeans though, right?
Not to the sense like before skinny jeans actually were made for guys, legit dudes would be buying girls' jeans and wearing them. But I did have a pair of like, skinny jeans from Hot Topic before. I think they were one of my first like legit like skinny jeans. And I was like, okay, these are kind of tight. But I would only wear them for shows. They were tight. But I would only wear them for shows. I never really wore them out to be out unless it just came back and I was looking at it. I was looking at the bowl. I was looking at the gobbler sandwich. I'm like, Jim always raves about this every year. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to pick one of these one time and just, get a taste review on it. So
wait, you've never had it?
I've never had it.
It's just it's kind of a weird I don't want to say weird dynamic. They're just pretty quiet. So like I randomly threw it up, like I did it and then I walked away. I was like, did I really just do that? God, I am so not cool anymore. If I ever once was cool, it's gone.
Hey, did you just like sneeze or something? Like,
yeah, achoo, my bad.
Yeah.
Freaking Christ.
I'm just going to go in here and jump out the window.
I was on the second floor, so I very well could have.
It did cross my mind.
I forget what the name of that splash is, but D'Lo Brown used to crush that one.
All over. The splits. Yes.
Yeah.
It's coming out now. Okay, this guy.
Taz 2.0.
Taz 2.0. 1,000%.
With the towel over the head? Yeah. Look at him.
Oh, yeah. So they had the video of, of him holding the phone, and from the phone's perspective, they had it on TikTok, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the frog splash itself wasn't like A+, but his projection is just spot on. And it was more so for he did it for the gram, right? Like he did it for Instagram, right?
Oh yeah. He was just trying to make sure he hit his mark. Whether he was like, trying to, hit the move as well. I think it was just more he wanted to hit that spot and make sure he wasn't going to.
Do you think that botch shuffle was like planned? So it was like, oh yeah, no, you effed it up. So that's why I was able to catch your foot because I saw it coming.
I think it seemed more that Logan Paul knew the spot he had to go into, so he knew he wasn't going to connect, but he had his leg up enough where Roman was going to grab his leg, pull him in.
So
he
you
was
don't
just
think that
kinda
was like a
going through the
legitimate
motions.
botch on his end?
It didn't seem like it. I think he just was playing the spot to know, okay, hey, catch my leg, then bring me into you, and I'm going. Where like, but I mean, it looked fine. It's just like you can obviously tell he was. I can't think of Ben Affleck without thinking of the Voyage of the Mimi. I cannot think of him without thinking of that. Who would have thought that kid would have played Batman like 20, 25 years later?
Batfleck, right?
The singing, the competitions, Jimmy Valmer getting all the chicks.
Oh yeah, and don't forget last year at summer camp you got
Whoopsie.
by a shark.
Shut up, Mimsy!
Shut up, Mimsy!
Punch happy asshole. We gotta find a way to. Wait a minute. What the hell are all those cars? Holy shit!
This could be an upset, folks.
Timmy! Good night, you son of a bitch. Bobs?
Oh my, it appears that an explosion is over the wormhole with Matthew McConaughey inside. And there's the finish. It looks like... Yeah, we snuck in his room last night and we broke his...
Oh boy, that's good. Where you what?
Lordy, lordy, lord. But we
A hot news flash. If you want to hurt a crippled kid, you don't break his fucking leg!
I don't know, boss.
Biscuit.
He's using one of his kooky inventions to put the Hummer out of commission for good. Did you see that? Oh, the passenger is being taken to the Tesla D now. No, wait, she just got snatched by the pissed-off Russian in the taxi. Ms. Applegate is now in the back of the taxi, and she's being forced to watch Jimmy Fallon.
Just being forced to watch Jimmy Fallon.
Completely run out of With the race nearly over, is the taxi out in front, followed by self-driving car, and then pulling up in third is handy car. It's
Timmy!
Not in the sense you think I said I did. Good golly. 'Tis the season to be merry.
Well, that's my name.
No shit.
There it is.
Dude, does he think he's scoring or totally bombing at that point?
I mean, she's trying to make a sale.
Yes.
He's also trying to make a sale. I just want to know if Helen is a stay-at-home mom. Because
I just want to know what time you're going to work.
because she's so excited about his bonus.
Clark? Yes? Did you figure out what time you're going to work yet?
Oh, look, Biscuit flipped the switch.
It's beautiful!
Clark, I got called into work.
Clark, I got the job! I think I know what's wrong. Like...
Nope. Seinfeld's canceled.
Seinfeld's canceled. Cool. And it's not like we really like started the thing yet, but just kind of, again, getting our vibe going.
Feet wet.
Feet wet.
Baby,
Yeah.
it's cold outside. Yeah, that's a short. But okay.
Welcome to One Set.
There is this Karen mom, and that's rude. And is that racist to call people Karen anymore? Like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I don't think that's
There was
on that topic, but yeah.
mother that was particularly perturbed
There you go.
and voicing her opinion vocally at high volume. Did I get that right?
That was good. High five on that.
Thank you. All right. I
That was
tried.
good.
I tried.
That was the most Sun Valley graduate statement we could ever
Politically
get.
correct statement I could have ever said.
Yeah, there you go. Cut, print that.
Yeah. Copy, paste.
Yeah. There was I was big into Swamp Thing when I was little too. So I remember I got one of his little mountain toys, like you would put the Swamp Thing figure like up on top of this like little volcano thing, but it would fall right into it and be like if he's transforming into like the swamp or something.
Dude, I don't think we've ever talked about this, and I was such a Swamp Thing kid too.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So this is just hitting me right now. I'm like, oh my God, Anthony was a Swamp Thing kid.
Oh
So
yeah.
I had like the figurines, but I also had the mountain where it's like on top, it's like it had like a sponge thing that you could push through.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yes.
It took us only 20 plus years, but we found out that we're I was about to say SpongeBob fans. Swamp Thing fans. That's awesome. We're learning stuff every day.
Dude.
But yeah, that was the same thing that I was just talking about, that I had like the little mountain thing, it had like the sponge, and you'd put the thing through it so that like he's going back into the swamp or something.
Dude, did you have the like the glow in the dark Swamp Thing?
I had that one. I had the one that had like the arm that comes out. I still have it. I mean, it's like fudged up, but I still have it. It has a knot in the string.
Dude, I can't believe we haven't talked about Swamp Thing.
Please tell me you saw the movie with Heather Locklear, that movie.
I don't think I did.
Oh my God, that's got to be a watch
along.
Watch along in season 2.
Yeah.
There you go. You guys heard it. We're doing that one.
We're doing it.
So if you guys ever seen that movie, please tell Jim he needs to see it, but we're going to see it together. So definitely Swamp Thing with Heather Locklear, best one. I mean, I'd seen snippets of the first one, but that one with Heather Locklear, best Swamp Man. Jesus, I am messing up. Swamp Thing movie. I'm just very excited because I was a big Swamp Thing fan. Like
I can't believe we didn't know that about each other until
either. This
now.
This is a whole brand new thing. We're starting a new podcast right now. This is a whole brand new podcast episode starting right here.
Yeah.
Kidding.
I mean,
but no, that's awesome. But yeah, that was one of the things that I remember getting.